I got my client approved for $180,000 in business funding. If you're a business owner, you're looking for capital to start, grow, or scale your business. Maybe you're getting denied from the banks, traditional, like, Chase Bank, all those banks. I'm going to give you an alternative solution today. I have relationships with private lenders. So this is basically what happened. So this particular client, we got them $180,000. If you know funding businesses, credit repair businesses, basically what happened in this situation, we got a 10% kickback for what we were able to get the client. So $18,000 was made in this transaction. And the good thing that I like about private lending is that it's faster. It's usually faster than the banks because they have an alternative way of how they look. Obviously, they're going to look at, like taxes and things like that just to make sure you're profitable. But we're going to get into it. So if you're a business owner, maybe you're looking for funding, but you've been getting denied from the banks, go ahead and watch an entire video. Let's get straight into it. All right, so I like to say, because I have relationships both with traditional banks, I have bank relationship managers over there. If you've seen some of my videos talking about funding, you know what it is. I have those relationships. I also have private lending relationships. I really don't like to give the private lender relationships unless the client is somebody that they've been established in business for at least 2 years. So if you're watching this right now, if you're in business at least 2 years, this may be for you. And one thing y'all got to realize too, I'm on a mission. So this is our company, Consumer Ammunition Tactics. So we provide credit repair services, but we also provide funding services. And one of the biggest things that we establish is that it's our mission to help fund $1 billion to small business owners. So if you're a business owner, you're looking for that funding, you see, we got that client $180,000. What would you do with an extra $180,000? Would you use that as working capital for your business? If so, I'm gonna have a link in the description. You could book a call. We'll see if you qualify. If for whatever reason you can't get approved from the banks, then we might be able to help you. But if you're a new business, this is not for you, basically. So this is not for you if you're a new business. So make sure you're at least 2 years in business. This client was at least over 2 years in business. So keep that in mind. All right, so we have a small business loan option. So small business loan option, it's going to be good if you have cash flow and you need funds quickly. It's ideal for businesses that are facing difficulty getting approved by the bank. So basically like the overall theme of what I'm talking about. You use the funds for working capital, advertising, personnel, So just kind of think about if that's your situation. You definitely have to be profitable because they're going to look at that as well. It's not that you got denied from the banks. Okay, now you're guaranteed from private lending, right? And I take my relationship seriously. So I really do my own, dotting my I's, crossing my T's to make sure that I'm bringing the right clients to who I work with. So keep that in mind. And then if you're going through the SBA loan process, those of y'all that know about it, it can be a long process. So small business loan can help you avoid that process. So we have asset-based loans. So asset-based loans is, it's obviously based off of the assets that you have. Collateralize inventory, equipment, and account receivables. So keep that in mind. Provides quick access to money, and it's pretty much suitable for businesses that have assets, but you might not qualify for a traditional bank loan. So if you're in that situation, click the link below and book a call. Maybe we'll be able to help you get funds as early as a few days, right? A week or something like that. So keep that in mind. So account receivable funding. So that's an option as well. So you can literally convert unpaid invoices into working capital. So get immediate cash by selling outstanding invoices, and then it's great for managing cash flow. So if you know that you have some unpaid invoices that are gonna come in, but you need that working capital, this may be for you. So keep that in mind, right? If you're a new business owner, you're watching this and everything I'm saying just going over your head, just make sure your credit is good before you come to us for business funding. We'll take you to traditional banks. You'll be able to get that. I'm talking about people that have been in business for a while. They have that experience. They have the documentation. Maybe they just were cash flow heavy. They never got into credit, so they don't have the built up credit to be able to get approved by the banks. So just keep in mind, like, stay where you at. Basically is what I'm trying to say. Like, if you don't qualify, you don't qualify. Equipment financing. So one thing you got to remember with equipment financing is that loan terms, they match the life expectancy of the equipment. You can replace technology, machinery, and vehicles, depending on the industry that you're in. And then you can use equipment as collateral for the loan. Keep that in mind. You got private lending options. So unsecured line could be a short-term solution for covering operational expenses, no collateral required. You can use it for managing cash flow and seizing business opportunities. So if you're just like in a transition period, kind of like a bridge loan, you can get that and then get yourself to the next level. Line of credit, obviously borrow only what you need, flexible payment terms, and then it's pretty much ideal for unpredictable expenses. So if you're not able to get a line of credit from the banks, maybe your credit is low. I'm not telling you to have a 400 credit score, because if you have a 400 credit score, if you do get approved somehow, the interest rate and everything is going to be sickly, right? But when we talk about the interest, you got to think about the fact of if you've been getting denied from the banks, it's a reason you got denied from the banks. So you can't really complain too much about interest, knowing that you've been denied from the banks and you don't have no other option. So keep that in mind. So this goes back to what I'm saying. So interest rates are very based on personal credit. So those of y'all that might be like, okay, what's the interest rate? It's going to depend on your personal credit. So when I'm talking about these private lenders, I'm not talking about just have terrible credit, right? You still want to have the best possible credit you can have, because even if you have below average credit, the interest rate is going to be driven by that credit. So the worst situation you're in, the worse it's going to be. And then it's just like I said, just really understanding that private lender funding is for when traditional banks are not going to be in your favor. So don't miss out on funding options by, just being too picky. And hopefully, if you watch this video, you can kind of get an idea of if you would qualify for that. If you've gotten denied from the banks and you're like, dang, I've been in business, I've just been using too much cash, I have these assets, we can help you. Like I showed y'all, the client, we just got them approved for $180,000. So we can get you approved for that. We can get you approved for more. If you're in that situation, I'm gonna have a link in the description below. One thing I will let you know, it's not like an upfront payment situation. It's just a 10% success fee. So the $180,000, we got $18,000 out of that, as a success fee. So keep that in mind. Whatever you get, it's going to be a 10% success fee, because I'm bringing you into my connections and getting you approved for business funding that you would not have gotten approved for. So with that being said, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and book a call below if you feel like you qualify. Y'all have a blessed one.